Okay. Let's see who pops up. This is 29, so I had not used up all my time. Hello. Hello. I should have known you'd be the first one in, Susie. I love you so much. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. And Marlena. Hello, hello. And Denisha. I love you. And there's Frizz. And Jenny. And Lana. And Elephant Raid. Woohoo. And Amy. You know what? I wasn't going to go live today, but we got back late last night and I just couldn't wait till Sunday. I missed you guys so much. I needed to get back where I knew I was loved and appreciated. I needed to get back with my real family, not my biological family. You know, your real family you can choose. Your biological family you're given. And all right, Frizz, I'm only going to be on here an hour, so I'll see you after. And Jill is here. And Nancy, hello, sweetheart. And Faith Louise came in. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Oh, surprise. Miss C in the house. You know what? I couldn't not come today. I needed you guys so badly. I needed all of this. I needed all of this in the chat to fill my heart up because my bucket was my bucket was pretty empty. And there's Amanda. And Maisie, hello, welcome in, sweetheart. And Jill, thank you so much. And there's Ellie. And Sharon loves purple. I'm not going to talk about it, Sharon, because I am so thankful to be home with all of you. This is where I belong. Lana, blanket, hello, everyone, going so fast. I know it's what happens when it first come on and everybody is saying hello and the chat's just flying and you can't do anything because you need to read. Diane Major, thank you, thank you, thank you for your bunny. Jenny, yep, I am. There's a vast difference. And there's Carrie, my daughter Carrie. I love you so much. I have something to show you. Um, can you see all of these? I want you to see this. I want you to see this. And I want you to see this. This is the map home. Goes in the back pocket. Rhonda, welcome to the cottage, sweetheart. You have come to Miss C's cottage. It's the home of the Somebunny. I am Miss C, and I am what I am, and that's all what I am. And I have missed you so greatly that I needed to come back today instead of wait till Sunday. I couldn't wait. And there's my Donnie. Isn't it beautiful? And Flower Tammy. Well, that's not all, guys. It's not all. It came with this blue bucket that hooks on her arm. And I'm going to read you her story. This was in the blue bucket. This is Shadow. He's been at Miss C's cottage since before she started her YouTube channel. He had lurked in the shadows and watched Miss C. Miss C didn't live alone, but she was often lonely, and one day Miss C's yarn told her it wanted to be a Somebunny. At first, Miss C did not understand, but soon all became clear, and Miss C worked hard, making as many Somebunnies as she could. As fast as she finished making one, she found someone who needed it. Shadow watched as Miss C's Somebunnies left the cottage, taking with it her love to all those all over the world who needed to know somebody loved them. Shadow saw Miss C as she recruited new Somebunny makers to help her fill her goal. It was then that Shadow packed his bag and followed the Somebunnies to their new homes. Each time Shadow found a Somebunny, he noticed an overflow of love. He scooped up the love in his blue bucket to take home to Miss C. For you see, Shadow was sure that Miss C didn't know just how much she was loved, and he was determined to show Miss C his blue bucket overflowing because he thought Miss C often forgot or maybe didn't believe the impact she had on others. Shadow may disappear from time to time to refill his bucket, to empty it into Miss C's bucket, so that never again will she doubt the power of the Somebunnies she makes, nor know how much she is loved. Doesn't get much better than that, guys. And I got it all right here. And I thank the one that sent it. And it's absolutely beautiful. And never again will my bucket be empty. Not only does God fill it every morning, but it gets refilled by Shadow as he hops about, out and back from time to time. And if I ever look up and see him gone, I know that he's got his map to find his way home, and he'll bring me another bucket filled with love. And I will never forget how much you guys love me. Because I have living proof right there. Okay. There's Barbara. See, Rhonda, you belong here too. And Bobby Wyatt's here. It touched mine too. It touched mine too. And the sender is a beautiful person, as beautiful as you all are. Okay, so let's do some updates. I watched Cog Hill Farm. Let me find out what it is real quick here. If I can do this. I don't know if you can still hear me because I've never done this before, but let's see how this works. I'm looking up the real name of the farm that I want you guys to go and watch so that you will know what's going on. Now I just have to find it in my watch list. Well, I'm just wondering if it might not be easier to go through my history. Let's try that. I'll go to the history and see if the name of that thing is in here. Well, I'm telling you, I'm not finding it here. Deep River Farms. Okay, it's Deep River Farms. If you go to Deep River Farms YouTube channel, you'll meet Mr. Allman, and he can tell you all about what's going on in Appalachia at the time. And they've just gone up, Brother Bud, like he calls him, from one of the churches in that area, in the Flat Rock area, has found 3 more communities. And so now the count is up to like 100 children. I know that it is not humanly possible for me to get 100 bunnies made, shipped to me by December 10th. That's just, it's too much to ask. But I also know that God he never stops. And miracles are his best performance. Because a coincidence is a miracle in which God prefers to remain anonymous. And the Bible says that he makes a way where there seems to be no way. I don't know what his plans are. I plan on sending up 50 bunnies on the 15th. If you can get them to me by the 10th, I can put them in a bag, put the tag around their neck that says this is I think I showed you these. This is a Somebunny made with love. Mary Ann, the crotchety clogger, made these up for me. And punched the holes, cut them apart, and punched the holes in them for me. All I had to do was attach the string. So I put one around their neck, and I put them in a Dollar Tree Ziploc bag. And I have a friend who's going to send me some Christmas bags, which will be fun. So I'll put those in there, and I'm packing them 12 in a box and marking the outside of the box, Operation Appalachian Somebunny. And I will send them up. I will mail them out on the 15th. And Mr. Allman said he thought that mailing them on the 15th, they will get them in time to distribute them. So as many that come in between now and the 15th, I will bag and tag and box and send. And I've also told Mr. Allman, if they need more, let me know, because I'll keep making them. And I'll keep making them until May or June, whenever they get their electric back on. I'll keep making them until next Christmas if they need them, so that families up there lost in the mountain will know that somebody loves them. Somebody in this United States loves them. When all else fails, love never fails. It endures forever. And I am what I am, and that's all what I am. Yeah, I love Mary Ann. She's awesome. And there's Kim. Hello, sweetheart. You're driving. Well, I have to show you this, and you missed the story, but this is about Shadow, who hopped off watching other bunnies leave and followed them around and collected love in his bucket and brought it back to me so that I will never forget how much I'm loved. And if he's gone all over the world, and sometimes he's gone really far, but he's never gotten lost because he has a map home. And this is his map. Like, I love, love, love it. And he is filled with love. He's got a little red heart handkerchief in his pocket. His little tail is a heart. His feet have hearts on them. I love this. Oh, lost his bucket. Do not fear. No love was spilled in this experiment. Okay. And last night I made up 2 bunny heads. And I'm working on a 3rd one this morning. So I've got 4 skeins of yarn here on my table and a tray full of eyes. But I couldn't not come on today because I have missed you guys so much. If you don't know Kim from Fortunate Creations, you need to go check her out. I put her post on my community tab. And today she is celebrating her potiversary. Oh God, look what I did to my hair. She's celebrating her potiversary at 6 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time. She's a hoot. You need to go over there and check it out. She's going to be whooping it up, and we're going to all be laughing. And she's got some special guests coming up, and she's been boasting all week. I can have 10 people on channel. So I'm looking forward to 6 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time. Hola, Maritza. ¿Cómo estás? That's right. It spills out here, so there's more room to gather. Leanie! Oh, I missed you guys so much. The whole time down, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't like being in a car. You don't have control in a car when you're a passenger. And that's one thing I found out about myself. Not that I'm a controlling person, but I think the older you get, the more you realize that you have less time to go. And so it could happen anywhere and anytime. And knowing that, not having control over that is like, what if? And I cannot live in the what if because I have a father who loves me and has already got my life mapped out. And I know it's going to be a good one because I am where I am. But the whole way back is like, there's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. I could not wait to get home. And I got up this morning at 7:30. Went out and fed the cat. I came in, fed the second cat. Coffee was already in the pot. I got myself a cup of coffee. Well, I got dressed and then I got myself a cup of coffee because I wanted to come down here in the cottage and I don't like wearing my giddy gown in the cottage. So I got dressed and I came down here with my coffee and turned on Kim Fortunate. I will be there. Are you talking to Zach Man? Are you talking to Dawn? Paula Mulford. Maritza. Yesterday, snow. Zach Man. You and Dawn. Okay. Yeah, I will be here tonight. Anyway, I could not wait to get back and see you. And then when I did get back last night, it was like, do I do a Friday? Do I wait till Sunday? Like I said, I like to keep my word. I told him I wouldn't be back till Sunday. I can't wait that long. I miss them too much. A lot have stopped YouTube. What does that mean? A lot have stopped YouTube. A lot have stopped YouTube. I don't know what that means. Susie? Okay, I am going to I'm going to work on this head. And you all know the head starts out with 6, goes to 12, and 18, just like the foot. The homesteaders have stopped doing YouTube. Oh, I wonder why. Huh. And then goes to 24, and then goes to 30, then goes to 36, and then goes to 42, and then it's 42 until you get to row 14. 12, row 12. When you get to row 12, you decrease. Where am I? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I'm on 10, so I'm still no snow in Massachusetts. Oh, Ellie, thank you. Now she's almost 1,500, not quite, but almost. So if you get a chance, I don't even care if you stop out of here and rush over there and throw yarn in her window. She's worth it. But come back. She wants to get up to 1,500 by the end of the year. If we work really hard, we might be able to get her there by 6 o'clock tonight. How about that? Oh, she's at her daughter's. They're going to do some fun things today. Her daughter had a baby, and today they're going to put yogurt in a Ziploc and put in some food coloring and let that baby mush it around and watch it change colors. I love science. Science is the awesomest stuff. I used to make homemade Play-Doh, but I wouldn't put any color in it. And I would put it in a Ziploc bag and let the kids color it. And whatever color we were working on that month, that's whatever color we were working on the whole month we worked on a color. And then when we got to colors like purple, how do you make purple? Well, let's take a little bit of the blue, because purple's close to blue, and put it in your Ziploc. And let's take a little bit of another color. What color do you think we should take to mix with this blue to make purple? Green. Try it. And we found out through trial and error. If I'd have told them, they wouldn't have remembered it, but they did it themselves, and they remembered that it's red that you mix with blue. So they took a little red and a little blue Play-Doh, put them in their Ziploc, and mushed them together, and voila, purple Play-Doh. I miss that job, but you guys helped me. All right. Okay, what's that going? Dementia, I'm not ready for snow. And she says, Zach, I'm Denisha, not dementia. Oh, Kimmy, I love you. Red, you're right. It is sad when people can't get along, because there's just so much love in the world. If you need to crochet yourself a blue bucket, go right ahead. Or if you need a blue bucket, I'll crochet you one. And as soon as I get through with these Somebunnies next year, I'll crochet you a Somebunny so that you will know that somebody loves you. I think I owe Nessa one. She doesn't have one. And Alana, I think Alana needs a Somebunny. I think she's on my list. But unfortunately, those names have gotten pushed to the bottom because of OAS. Hashtag OAS. I got the nicest box from, I believe it was Cherry Reynolds, with Somebunnies in it. I have not opened it yet. Diane Major sent one. Regina Provenzano sent some. Thank you, ladies, for helping me out here. I just can't get my thumbs to moving fast enough. Now, I will tell you that I have finished all of my hats for Bumblebee's Mountain Outreach. And I have put all my blankets in project bags and lined them up on the side underneath the my yarn wall to wait until later. So what I have right now on the table is bunnies. And I'm making a head basket, and I'll throw all the heads in there, and then I'll start making arms and bodies and ears. Mary's here. And Lydia. Hello, Lydia. How are you doing today, sweetheart? Kim G, one of my favorite people. Wow. Paula, I don't know why, but the lights here at the home blinked twice last night after we got home. And so Mr. Elmo came by and gave everyone a, I don't think I have it in here. I think I took it into my bedroom. Gave each one of us one of those lanterns that you pull up and it lights, just in case we needed to find our way. Keeps hiding. Going to get a good bath. Does the dog take her off? Oh boy. Hello, Sandra. I wasn't going live until Sunday, but we got home late last night and I couldn't wait. I just could not wait to get back on here today. So there was no way I was going to wait until Sunday. Mr. Elmo's nephew came today to help him cut that tree up that fell in the backyard. He's such a good man. I call him a boy because he's a couple years younger than my son, but he's really a man. He'll always be a boy to me. Somebody's a good listener. They are. They have those big ears and they hear everything. But what I like about them is they never share. I'm so thankful Elmo doesn't know. He doesn't have a clue what goes on in here because my Somebunny doesn't share. It's really windy up there. I'm thankful for him too. He does really take good care of me. I think he was anxious to get back too because Maggie was coming back this weekend. Her family lives relatively close, but she was gone. She was gone. She went Wednesday afternoon, so I think he wanted to get back. He's pretty responsible. Michelle M. I love that girl. I know she's not a girl. She's a woman, but she's still my girl. Good, Lana. That's important because if you go into chaos, it's just hard to settle your mind. and get started on anything. So, it's good to take a day a month or a day a week or whatever it takes and just sort through things and get them all straightened out, ready to go for the next go. And I think too, it helps us when we get slowed down and we don't know what to do next, and we want to do this, but we don't want to do it, and because we don't have a clear path in our mind, it's all chaos. So if sometimes by straightening the mess around you, it helps to straighten out the chaos. I do love you, Michelle, so much. Uh-oh. Yeah, sometimes the mail just doesn't want to work. 17 degrees. Ooh. Yay! Okay, Pebbles has got some bunnies for me, but she hasn't been able to, she can't get out and mail them. So she's convinced her aide to go to the post office for her today. So that will be wonderful. And Granny D is here. I didn't see you come in, D. And Tina's here. Milk crates are good. There's Regina Provenzano. I got some cute bunnies from her. I showed you those, the red one and I love that girl. And there's Angela, my angel in the frozen stone. Penny, I did see it come in. Do you have enough yarn, Penny? If not, I'll stick a couple in a bag and send them. See, this is why I came back early. Thank you, Kim. I think I'm getting, I think they said 7 packages are coming one day. Okay. Okay. I've told everybody on here, if you run out of yarn, you come shop Miss C's cottage, because I give away yarn every Sunday. We do a game called Pick Your Blessing that Melissa decided the name on. And let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Oops, missed that one. That was I got this crocheting and forgot to count. Yeah, I forgot to decrease on that one. Okay. We play a game called Count Your Blessings. No, Pick Your Blessing. And it's a game in which you put in the chat a special word that you are given. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. The special word you're given will be up on the screen, and then you tell me what color and what weight of yarn you would like. And you put it in the chat. And when everybody's put their names in there, then Sanita, who is my tech extraordinaire, she plucks the magic twanger, and the wheel turns around and picks out one name, and that name gets sent whatever yarn they ask for. Mateo, hello. I should say hola, Mateo Rivera. Denisha's not going to run out of yarn. I did come back early. I wasn't going to be here today, but I got back late last night and I just couldn't not come in. I missed you guys so much, and I needed a good hug, and I needed lots of lovings this morning, and I sure am getting them in the chat today. Guess what he gets? Scraps off the floor. Steve is so funny. Whenever he wins something, you say to him, what would you like? And he'll say, oh, just give me the scraps on the floor around the chair. So I said to him one day, how long do they need to be? And he said, well, at least 6 or 8 inches or longer. And so when I do a head and I've got the center, you know how you start out with your magic circle in the center. If it's longer than 6 inches, I put it in this bag that I have right here. And I drop it in there along with other things. Like there's a couple things in here of at the end of the skein, things that are not long enough for anything, but here's one I could stick in there, because that's going to be at least 12 inches. That's a good one. I'm just going to clip that one right off, stick that one in Steve's bag. I don't know what he's going to think when he opens it, but that's what he asked for. Oh, Tina. I love you guys more than you know, more than you will ever know. When we all get to heaven, you'll know how much I loved you. And then it won't really matter, because we'll all be worshiping the Lord, and we'll just be glad to see each other there. Pink scraps. Susie, you wouldn't. Pink? Amy, are you talking to me? Are we good? Yes, you are good. You're giving me all the loving that I didn't get this week. Miss C, are we good? You don't even have to ask that, sweetheart. Your heart is so pure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a decrease. Front loop only decrease in the next 2, all the way around for the head, so that we go from 42 back to 36. 5 and a decrease. I can always use them, Dawn. If you need them, you use them. If you got leftovers, send them up. I could not let another day go by without coming back to you guys and soaking up some love. Steve said he likes pink. Okay. I got some skeins I can send him. Some has sparkle in it. He makes the most beautiful things. He's an amazing man. I don't think he puts any content up on his channel, does he? But he makes the most beautiful things out of scraps. Oh, skirt! Here comes Jaxie girl. Oh, you're still at Joanne's, huh, sweetheart? You'll probably be really busy today. Are they having a good sale? Margie, you're never late. You're always right on time. Whenever your face comes through that door, it's a good day. Yeah, Jaxie's here. Poor Jaxie's going to be on her feet all night for 10 hours. Ugh, hope she gets a break. That's a good idea, Sharon. Just busy enough to make the time go fast, but not busy enough to like go home, fall into bed in your clothes with your shoes on. Kimmy! There's another girl I love. You know, I've told you before, um, I always thought the bunny should be gray or black or brown or different shades of brown. And then all of these are coming in multicolored, and this one's blue and this one's green and this one's purple. It's just like they're all so stinking beautiful. And I love them all. Yeah, some channels don't have any content. They don't feel confident to put anything out, but they do contribute so much. And they give me so much love. Oh, and Jax, that's exactly why I'm here today. Is because I could not go until Sunday without a dose of you guys. I just had to fill my bucket up with love. This is a bunny that I got in the mail. This is Shadow. You will notice that his nose is also a heart. There's a heart on his feet. There's a heart tail. And this guy came with a blue bucket full of love. Full of love. And in case he thought he might get lost, he came with a map home. And he came with a story that tells all about how he saw the bunnies going out and wondered where they went, and he followed them when they got to their forever homes, and Shadow saw how much love was there. He scooped up love, some of that overflow, and put it in his bucket. And then when it got full, he brought it home to me, just in case I didn't know how much I was loved and appreciated. And I won't read it again because I'm not going to cry again. So there. And the handle came off, and I am a jobber, so I can fix it. All right. He's absolutely gorgeous. And I put him up here with my other bunny. And 7. And this one, Panda made this one for me. He's so wonky. I love him. You know what? It doesn't matter what your bunnies look like. And I've said it before. If you send me a bunny that looks like roadkill, somebody's going to love that somebody. It's just the way they're made. They are so full of love. Yes, I do. I love all of you. That's why I couldn't wait. Tryptophan's kicking in. Denisha's getting sleepy. I did not eat that much. Oh, well, I ate the whole leg. I shouldn't say that. There's so much love in this channel. KB, hello, 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 sweetheart. I'm so glad you came in today. She's another one you need to go and watch. Oh, and Sarah Satch this morning made the cutest Christmas tree bulbs. And you can either use them as a coaster or you can hang them on your Christmas tree, and they're so cute. And she shows you how to make the bulb with a little thing at the end and the silver part where you put the hook in. No, Michelle, I didn't see that. I'm going to have to go look. That is a treasure map. It comes right back to me, and it is my treasure. All right, Ellie, thanks for stopping in. I love to see your face come through the door. When that door opens, my heart jumps, and then I see who it is, and it jumps again. And I forgot to tell you, leave your shoes outside, but I think most of you have. His little noses, yeah, a little heart. Well, Penny, you get going, and it doesn't matter what yarn you use. If you make them with three weight, DK weight, they're going to be a little smaller. Use a 4 or 4.5 hook. If you make them out of 4 weight yarn, you can use a 5 or a 5.5. Sometimes I'll use a 5 for the head and the body. Excuse me, and the ears. No, 5 for the head and the body, but the 4 feet and the 2 ears, I'll use a 5.5 because that makes those ears nice and big. And those bunnies hear everything, and they don't share. They can't share. They don't have a mouth. Dee's my cousin. I love her. And Denisha's making zebras for everybody. They are. They're all special. And it doesn't matter if their ears are not, if one ear's up and the other, or if their heads are crooked, or look at me. I have one shoulder higher than the other. If I sit straight, this is the way I sit. It's wrong. I should be sitting this way, but I don't. I sit this way. This is my natural. And every time we go somewhere, every time I stand up, if I'm out, Mr. Elmo will say, stand up straight, get your shoulder up. And sometimes it's a pain in the butt, and sometimes I know it's a good reminder and that he cares. He doesn't want me to not be standing up and have my balance and fall over. And if I stand up straight, put my shoulder up, I look more confident. I don't look like an old woman that can be hit over the head and her purse stolen. I know what's behind his thoughts, and I appreciate it. It's just not good after the first 50 times, if you know what I mean. Okay, you're making them for your girls. Okay, good. You got enough yarn, Denisha? Oh, food is so expensive. Lacey Lavender. There were eyes on Etsy with heart pupils? Really? I'm going to have to go to Etsy. Do you remember the shop name, Lacey Lavender? That's pretty awesome. I noticed that these are the ones on this rabbit are, whoops, this rabbit are clear, and then they have like a cat shaped eye. I'd like to find some of those. And the cool thing about Denny's grandbabies, they're black and white. So zebras are perfect. I love it. She is so clever. I love you. I do love you, Dee. And when I get up there, I'm going to stop at Faith at the coffee shop and see you. Not everybody appreciates stuff, you know? Everyone needs to know somebody loves them. That's my goal, is to teach you how to make them so that you can share them with others, maybe instill in them the love of making them and sharing them. And maybe, God willing, in 5 or 10 years, we can have everybody in the whole world have a somebody and know how important they are. And there won't be any more wars, and there won't be any more infighting and being crappy to your neighbor. You know, I don't know if I can do it, because God tried it and he still hasn't got us loving our neighbor like we should. Oh, and Jeanette's here. I think I'm getting two bunnies from Jeanette. Hello, Miss Janet Egan. Jeanette Egan. I always call her Janet, but it's not. It's Jeanette. How are you today, dear? I'm so glad to see your face come through the door. I know you walk slowly in, but it's okay, and I will always have a chair ready for you. I'm getting two blue bunnies from her. Okay, hello, hello. None of her zebras are the same size. She made big ones and little ones, and because she's got big grandchildren and little ones. They're felt eyes, but they look cute with the heart pupils. Well, I bet they are cute. I'm going to have to look for them. Was emailing you what I was supposed to do. Get the pattern. Yeah, I have your email here, don't I? I'm pretty sure I got one from you. Yeah. Whoa. I just deleted it. Undo that delete. Somebody recipe. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Finally got a bit of a break and saw you were collecting somebody's up until the 10th. If you can send me the recipe, I'd love to try to get a few made and sent off to you to help. When I get off of here, I will go into my computer, to my Gmail on there, and I will attach the recipe and send it right back out to you, Penny, so you can get started this afternoon. And I bet if you start on the feet, you can get 4 feet done by 6 o'clock when Kim Fortune's podiversary comes on, 6 Eastern Standard Time, and she is so creative. She has startitis, and she's so creative that she starts things, and then bing, that sparks something else, and she starts. I love that girl. The ornaments worked up really quick. Sarah Satches, she did some ornaments too. She's done a lot of fun things. She what I like about Sarah is that she does fun, quick things that you can do with scrap yarn, and she throws other things in there too. But right now she's doing a lot of Christmas fun things. Halloween, she did some coasters that looked like candy corn. Um, she's done some angels. She's done some snowmen. That's right, Melissa. That's right. And you look aware, awake, and alert, and not like easy prey as you get older, because we have less strength and we have less balance. and we can't talk very good anymore. But if we're bent over and not looking around, watching our steps in front of us, we look like an easy target. And with the world the way it is right now, you don't know who your attacker might be or if there's one out there or not. Panda! Hello, sweet. My little Antonino, um, that's who made this. And he's wonkier than all get out, and I love him. I love him so much. He's all my colors, and he has these little holes in his ears for earrings, and he has a flat face, and his ears are like tied together up at the top, and he's just wonderful. He's just the snuggliest bunny you've ever seen, and I love him, just like I love my Antonino. I did not have a fantastic holiday, but I am having it now. I had to get home and see all of my family here, and this just brightened up my day. I love you all so much. That's right. And especially since surgery, Lucy doesn't match Rita. So, what's the difference? See? That's creativity, Tanisha. That's creativity. I love it. Kimmy, he's my Antonino. In Italy, when or Mexico, I think too. Um, when something is small, you put that ending on things. That means my my little precious one. So he's my Antonino. And I don't care if he doesn't like it. He's stuck with it because I'm his grandma, and I can say that about him. Create a relate. Look at there. My Kitty Lane is here. I love you, girl. She lives on the peninsula in Virginia. It is a game changer. They go in really easy, and as long as the kids aren't too little. Moonrose, hello. I know, but I couldn't wait until Sunday to come back and see all of you. I just could not. My bucket was empty, and I made the decision to just pop in because I needed hugs and I needed love and I needed sunshine. And when I see your face come through the door and your arms are out ready to hug me, it fills my bucket right back up. So here I am, Rosie. You sent hats and ear warmers, Jeanette? Good. I'm so glad. Fortunate Creations, Kim. Yep. It's her podiversary this afternoon at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, whoa, Kimmy, can you crochet? And Amy, send me a Gmail. I don't have a post office. I don't have a post office box. So if you want my address, you need to send me a Gmail, Miss C's Cottage without the apostrophe. gmail.com, and I will attach a pattern. I'll attach the pattern for the blankets or the Somebunnies, whatever you want. If you need yarn, send me your address and I'll send you some yarn. If not, I will send you my address and the Somebunny pattern. Yeah, I think a lot of us have startitis. So Amy, if you want it, Gmail me at misscottage@gmail.com without the apostrophe. Startitis is real. It is. Startitis is real. That's why I do the Wednesday UFO You Must Go, because I have so many things started and I don't have enough time left in my life to finish all the items that I have started, plus use up all the yarn that I have on my shelf here. So I've showed you this before. I probably will lose the sound, but there's the yarn wall. So there's no way I can use up all that yarn in my lifetime. So I send out my UFOs on, well, goodness me. I send out all my UFOs, not all, but I send out UFOs on Wednesdays, and I send out blessings of yarn, skeins of yarn on Sundays. And that blesses you, that blesses me. Kimmy, I can't imagine I know that needles with medication in the syringe is good for you, but it would be difficult to sit that long still. But we do what we need to do, right? So that we can go on. See, Lacey has 4 whips. That's what I do, Lacey. Okay, here's my blanket. Of course it's up in the other room. Of course it is. Okay, I have a blanket similar to this, which is my Somebunny at the beach blanket. It has the grass. It has the fence. It has the sea oats growing through the fence. It has sand, and there's some rocks, and then there's dry sand, and then there's going to be a section of wet sand, and then there's the section of white waves coming in, and then there's the sea, and the sea is all shades of turquoise. On top of that, it ends in a layer of dark, and on top of that is, I should just go get it for you to show you. But I'm already over on my time. You know what? So I didn't do Wednesday, so I have an hour. I'll be right back. I want to show you because it's coming out so pretty. My goodness, how many people are here? There's shoes all over the doormat out here. I almost stumbled going out with all those shoes. I love it. Okay, here we go. Here's the sand and the sea, and then we get to the sky. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for the sky. And so I thought, well, I want something with blues in it and maybe a little gray and white for clouds. So I got this one. It's called Float Along, and I thought, well, that's really appropriate. That should work. No. So then I got this one, and this one is called Galaxy Gazing, but it's got pink in it. And this would be really good for a night sky with a little bit of pink in it, but not this blanket. And then I thought, well, here's some with gray and white, and it's got the blue in it. Plus, it's going to reflect the turquoise from the water. Didn't work. So Mr. Elmo had to stop at Walmart, and he says, "How about this one?" And I'm like, it's got the light blue. It fades into the darker blue and the medium blue, and even goes to like really dark blue if I wanted to go that far with it. Guess what? It's called True Blue, and it's an ombre, so it just slides one right into perfect, perfect yarn. So here's where we are with this perfect yarn, and you can see right through here is a little bit darker. It looks like the sky. And I have some white chenille, and I thought maybe when I finish with the sky, I'll take some of that white chenille in my one of these needles that has the this thing in it rather than an eye, and put the chenille through there and just embroider some clouds because I can make it go from the back to the front and make clouds on both sides. So then I said to myself, self, what are you going to do with these 3 skeins of yarn that are so pretty but are not blanket worthy? They're bunny worthy. So I have 3 bunny heads started. I might be old, but you can't slow me down. I want to see what it looks like worked up. So I thought, well, will this work up into a sky? I don't think so. What about this one? Will this work up into a sky? Maybe on a cloudy day if it's going to rain. Well, what about this one? Will this work up into a sky? It's like too much turquoise, not enough blue, but they're going to make beautiful bunnies. All right, Pebbles is off. Little wonky little bunny. I love that wonky little bunny, Antonino. Kim, I wish you hadn't done that, but it's okay. All right. I'm taking a minute out here. Send. Okay. Sent. Done. Nessa! Antonino, it's better to be with the ones you love. If you can't be with, let's see, love the ones you're with. If you can't be with the ones you love, or if the ones you love don't love you back like you love them, then you choose your own family. And so you guys are stuck with me. You just, is Ellie here? Okay, Lydia just emailed Ellie. I am a blooming idiot. I have been working on a cardigan last night and I realized I used a 4-weight chain and my yarn is a 5-weight, so I have to frog the whole thing start. Oh, oh my. Well, it's a good thing it's Friday. You got the whole weekend. Hey, girl, hey. I think that's so funny when um, Drini says it. Ito or Ita. Yes, it is, Nessa. My little Antonino. It's Italian, too, because he's part Italian. That's it, Kim. 4:39. Kitty wants attention. Okay, Kitty, what did you want? What did you need, sweetheart? Or wasn't she talking about you? Was she talking about her cat? I am glad to see you. I love seeing your face come through the door because her hair is so pretty. She keeps it back a lot, but the other day she had it out and it was just so nice and just so nice soft around her face. I loved it, Kitty. Okay, let me get down to the bottom. Lana's not going to run out of yarn. I have a kitty, Tracy. Tracy Swan, welcome in. Yes, I've well, there's two here. I have a black cat, and there is a cat that's just come up and adopted the home, and he's an outside cat. He doesn't get to come in. I may not have given that to you, Pebbles. I think I told you Avenue. Kim, I just sent her an email giving her the correct address, so no worries, sweetheart. Dinner fast yourself. You know, Lana, I get the feeling that he works all night and sleeps most of the day and doesn't get up till afternoon. That boy, I tell you. That's what it is, guys. It's 439 Southwest County Road 138. See, you woke me up at dark o'clock for Joanne's Black Friday. You know, I haven't even checked Joanne's. There's a couple yarns I'd like to have, but I want to try and get some of that punch bowl or fruit punch or whatever it is. It's a cream colored one with the specks in it because I want to make a somebody in the meadow, but it'll be somebody in the snow when I change the color of it. You got 6 bags of yarn and you got some pink. Good for you, sweetheart. Okay, I'm going through this really quickly. My house is a madhouse. There's so many shoes out there. I took down apricot and with orange zest scones. I took down cran raisin, the craisin scones. I took down some Scottish shortbread cookies. I made some Italian wedding cookies. They're the ones that you use flour and butter and a little salt and walnuts, chopped up walnuts, and put them in a ball. And there's Barbara Clark. Hello, hello, sweetheart. Welcome to the cottage. I'm so glad you came in. Oh, we need to get off of here because we need to go somewhere else. I forgot where we need to go. At 1 o'clock, we were supposed to go somewhere. Somebody remind me. You're right. It doesn't make any difference what color a Somebunny is. Someone will love it. And they're all beautiful. Oh. Good. Good, Pebbles. Okay. Um, you know what? It's part of life. You have your ups and your downs, and I think my worst thing is anticipation. I set my standards pretty high because my heart is so full. I expect others to be at the same level, and they're just not. Not everybody is, and when you get with the people that you love, you anticipate they're going to love you back at the same level, and some do and some don't. But I know I can come here, and you all love me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Because I've told you before, if I'm your cup of tea, then come in and pour one. If I'm not your cup of tea, unsubscribe and go to somebody else's store where you can get what you need. If I don't give you what you need, then go to where you can get what you need because all channels are different. I am what I am, and that's all what I am, and I'm okay with that. And if you're okay with that, then you are welcome here anytime. During hours, after hours, before hours, by phone, by hook, or by crook. It doesn't matter to me. I care about moonrise. See, that's just it. Sometimes, like, I haven't talked to my great grandson in probably 3 years, and it's such a shame because he's got the most beautiful daughters. So, so to make me feel fulfilled, I asked Mr. Elmo to please bring me home. There was no sense in staying there and being miserable for another 2 or 3 days. I wasn't going to do it. I don't need I don't need depression in my life. I don't need resentments. I don't need crap in my life. And so I'm not going to stay there and fill my bucket full of it. I would rather come back here, pop in as a surprise, and fill my bucket full of love and hugs and laughter and sunshine and creative people who who feel the same way that I do about God and yarn and others. That's where I belong. Demetra, what does it mean what I think it means? If you can't be with the ones you love, love the ones you're with. Aren't they pretty? I have one that I've started. Is it in this bucket? Of course not. It's probably upstairs. I have a rocking chair upstairs in the corner of the common room. And when this gets a little messy and claustrophobic, I go upstairs in the rocker and work on a blanket. And I've been making that Cooper blanket, which is a mitered granny blanket. And it is so easy to do. And it comes out 40 by 40, just like the Boggy Creek blankets need to be. So I finished mine. I finished the brown one. Of course, it's upstairs too. And I'm already over. So, but they're so easy. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, Kitty. But your hair's so pretty, sweetheart. Okay, I'm still on Amateur. It says decrease. Then later it says 2 stitches together. Is that the same stitch combo? Yes, ma'am. I think so. What part are you on, Jaxie? And you are not an amateur. Well, maybe with amigurumi. Oh, what I learned a new word today. Um, Kim Fortune Knit. Kim Fortune is making amigurumi on her Addie, and she calls it Addie-gurumi. I thought that was perfect. An Addie-gurumi. All my kids live down in the Tampa Bay area, and it's a whole 2 hours away, and so nobody comes up here to the home and visits. But that's okay because I have you guys. Hello, sweetheart. I had an awful Thanksgiving, but I'm home now, and I did bring turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy and some cranberry sauce with me. So I'm gonna get off of here and have lunch with you guys because you're my real family. You're my family who loves me. And I would rather have Thanksgiving with you than the other one. Okay, Jaxie, what did you tell me? Mm, okay, Rosie, I'll get it. Love you to the moon and back and around a few more times. Diane, where are we supposed to go? Yeah, it's just a different way of saying it, I guess. What part are you working on? I am what I am, and that's all what I am, and I'm okay with that now. I was okay with that when I turned 50. I liked who I was at 50, and I've been, a couple pounds over and under, and that could change. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with me. I'll tell you why. Because God still has me making some bunnies, and He still has me sending them out. And if I run out of people to send them to, He sends me a new project like hashtag OAS. And I know that I'm supposed to keep doing. That's my mission. So as long as He keeps giving me missions to fulfill, I know I'm okay because he never gives you more than you can handle. Although to go from 50 to 100 in like a couple weeks, but he is a God of miracles. So I'm counting on that. And I love each and every one of you. You know, Jaxie, there's tips and tricks to everything, just like there is with shawls. I get hung up on shawls. Now, Kim Fortune is the queen of shawls. She makes ponchos, and they are so beautiful. And she's got this big ball of red and white, and she's making a white chocolate bark poncho. It's beautiful. You need to go at 6 o'clock to her channel and watch. She'll probably be working on that. Jaxie makes beautiful shawls. She calls them hugs, Lana. And when you put one of her shawls on, you do feel like you're getting a hug. See, Barbara, that's what I come back for. You expect your family to, well, I'm not talking about it anymore because it's too darn depressing. But I can come here and there's Chandra. Hello, sweetheart. I haven't seen you for a while. I'm so glad you stopped into the cottage today, and thanks for leaving your shoes outside. Come on in. I've got craisin, which are dried cranberries, craisin scones. I've got apricot scones with orange zest and orange sugar sprinkled on top. I've got Scottish shortbread from an old Scottish recipe, and Italian wedding cookies. So there's coffee, there's tea, there's water. Help yourself. I'm so glad you're here. Janet, did anybody tell them that it wasn't contagious? Tell them you don't have the big C, you have the other C. It's not contagious. Bye, Kimmy. I'm very glad that I got home and I'm here. Well, the next time your mom tells you to get out of her way, you come here to the cottage, and I will smother you with hugs, and you're welcome to choose any yarn that's here, and I have plenty of hooks, and we'll just sit and chat for a while. You betcha, Rosie, I adopted you. So what's the Somebunny? Leah. Leah, you must be new to the channel. A Somebunny is a crocheted rabbit filled with God's love. It's made so that you will always know somebody loves you. It has big ears to listen to your joys and your sorrows. It has no mouth to share your secrets. You can tell it anything, even that awful thing that happened to you when you were 12 or 8, whenever. And it will never share. And it will love you every time you pick it up. Even if you cry and throw it on the floor and kick it across the room, the next time you pick it up, it's right there to give you hugs and loves. This is a Somebunny. It has big ears, it has arms, it has a fluffy butt. This is a Somebunny, has big ears and a fluffy butt. This is a Somebunny that went off to check out all the bunnies that have been sent out from the cottage and came back with a bucket full of love. Not to be outdone. This is a Somebunny with a fluffy butt. This is a Somebunny with a shawl, big ears, no mouth, and a fluffy butt. These bunnies are made with love. They're filled with God's love, and they're given to others so that they will know that somebody loves them unconditionally, just the way they are. Now, if you think you'd like to make one, you send a Gmail to Miss C's Cottage without the apostrophe at gmail.com. Do I have customers? I started making them and giving them away to people in the parking lot of stores or in the aisles of stores that just were having a miserable day. And I would say to them, look, I don't know what kind of day you're having, but it doesn't look like a good one to me. I think you need a Somebunny. Would you like one? And they're like, what? And I would pull out a Somebunny and I would say to them, this is a Somebunny. He's filled with love and he has ears to listen, but he has no mouth. And Sam, I just showed your bunny. He has no mouth with which to share your secrets. You can tell him anything. And those people would grab that bunny and just cry, just sob, because it's what they needed. They needed to feel valuable and loved by someone or something. And by having that bunny, they knew that somebody loved them. And then I began making them for creative content creators that were on YouTube because they were having a rough time with illness or surgery or husband out of work or sick kids or whatever it was. I would make and send them a Somebunny along with a story. I made the Somebunny. God wrote the stories. But when the stories were read, God knew what they needed to be. He gave me the words and I typed them out and printed them and sent them with a bunny I'd made. And for instance, Jeannie Smiley, who is Butterfly Jeannie, I sent her a bunny and she's a butterfly person. So I made her a black bunny with these big, blue, beautiful butterfly wings off the back of it. And I called her I think it was Rebecca Susanna. And I said her father worked in the minefields and her mother had been a pole dancer and da 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 da. They called her Becky Sue, and I forget what the rest of the story is now. But when Jeannie got that, she started crying. First she went, and then she started crying, and then she started laughing, and I'm like, oh, what did I do? And she said, my grandpa used to call me Becky Sue, Rebecca Susanna. I didn't know that. He did. She said, my dad worked out in the oil fields out in the Gulf for a while. I didn't know that. But he did. And then she said, but my mother was never a pole dancer. But the thing is, the story hit her hard. And she knew that Somebunny was specially for her. And every person that I've done one, I gave one to a little boy. And I said, he's got big ears. The name's Bob. And he's got big ears. And he wished he could fly, but he can't. He's tried to fly because he thought if he had big ears like Dumbo could fly. He certainly could, but he couldn't. So I said he loves to ride his bicycle because when he rides his bicycle, his ears flap in the wings and he feels like he's flying. And the grandmother says to her, tell the lady what you're doing next week. And I looked at the boy and the boy said, I'm flying to Detroit. And I said, you're flying? He said, yeah. I said, on an airplane? He said, yep. And I said, do you think Bob could go with you? Because he's never been on an airplane and he would love to fly. He said, yes, ma'am, he's coming with me. I didn't know the kid was going to Detroit next week on an airplane, but God knew. And as long as those things keep happening, I will keep making Somebunnies. And right now, we're in the middle of what I call hashtag Operation Appalachian Somebunny. There are children up in Northwest, on the western side of North Carolina, who have been washed out with the flooding that happened with Hurricane Helene. They have nothing. They're sleeping in tents. The Amish have come down from Ohio and made them little houses. The county won't let them stay in them because they're in a floodplain and they're not, there's no electricity and there's no water in them. And the county regulations, they're going, it's a bunch of uh, political verbiage that you would take a family out of a little house where they could sleep in a bunk bed and put them back in a tent on the ground is beyond me. And the first thing that hit me was those kids aren't going to have anything. They have nothing now. They have no clothing. They have no house. They have their car. Everything's been washed away. They have what they have on. It gets cold in the mountains in the winter. And the electrical company said the roads are washed out, the poles are gone, and they may not get electricity until May or June of next year. I am not going to have kids go without Christmas presents. I can't do it. So I started making Somebunnies, and I knew I couldn't make enough. So I put a call out on my channel. Please help me make some Somebunnies for the children of Appalachia. I hashtagged it. Hashtag Operation Appalachian Somebunny. Hashtag OAS. And I'm begging people to help me make, and if you need yarn, I'll send you the pattern and the yarn. And if you've never made one before, I'll show you how to do it. I'm sincere about this. So that's what that's all about. Sam, I wasn't going to be on today, but we came back last night and it was just so dark. I couldn't wait to get into the light today. And so I popped on. Jaxie's hugs are gorgeous, and everyone that gets one feels the hug. There's Chandra. I'm glad you're here, sweetheart. All right, let me go on down because I'm way behind. Hey, Trish. Wonder Twin. Well, Lana, she knows now because I've given her the spiel. I'm so glad you stopped in. And I've had one that was not put together according to the descriptions in the book, and it was not stuffed enough, and it looked like roadkill, but it was loved just like all the others because that one was so full of love that that person felt it. I mean, you could see it. And so even if your bunnies come out looking like roadkill, send them. And it doesn't matter what size. Lacey, you know who made me that little one? My sister Susie. Only because you haven't tried, Margie. Oh, that bucket's getting full now. Yeah, I got last Sunday I did a tutorial for the foot, and tomorrow Sunday we're gonna go on to the I don't know, the head or the body, whichever. I know what you mean. And you are right. You are right. It's number 18 is where the Somebunny tutorial starts. But I'm going to do them again because we've gotten a lot of new people in. Exactly. Exactly. And even if you're out on the street all by yourself and you don't want any other company, it's just nice to know that something is there that cares. I think that's why a lot of people have dogs. One, it keeps them warm at night. And two, dogs, my master, my master. And we all need to know that we feel valuable. It's just something that God put in us. You're right, Margie. The little one is was made to me by Tank, made for me. Yeah. See, God is good, and our gifts come in the most strangest of ways. But He knows what we need and exactly when we need it, and at just the right time, it comes through. Okay, I'm trying to. That's right, KK. It is bureaucratic political power. There are people who are no longer going to be in power come next year. And so they feel like they have to use all their power this next month. And in the meantime, people are dying. And I think it's so wrong. They found a tent up on one of the mountains in which two people were in it dead from exposure. That's a sin. I'm sorry, but if you're on that board of county commissioners in that county, you killed two people and probably more coming because winter's coming and it's today is Friday. It's supposed to go down to 9 degrees up there on the mountain. You won't let them in the tiny houses where at least they've got a roof over their head and they're up off the wet ground and they die. It's on your head. I don't understand either. They can kick residents out of the Roosevelt Hotel in New York and fill them full of illegal migrants. They can raise money to get. Well, I'm not going to be political. I'm sorry. Um, I'm back here with people who love me, and I love you. Well, Lacey, you are always welcome here, and I've always got hot coffee if you're cold, or if it's the summer, I've got cold water in the cooler. So, okay, that's right, Moonrose. I was going to say, if you can make the parts, but you can't sew them together, don't worry about it. Stick them in a bag and send them to me, and I'll sew them together for you, okay? I'll add the parts, I'll add the stuffing. It's all good. You just send me what you can do and I'll finish them up. I don't have a problem with that. That's an awesome idea. I can get more. They raised me from 50 to 100 bunnies. So Barbara, I'm not real keen on leaving the home here either. So I do understand that. I go sometimes with Mr. Elmo because he says I need to get out and get vitamin D on my skin. And and I know I do. I need to get out and I need to walk. I need to get in and out of the car and walk, but I don't like doing it. There is in one county, I don't know what county it is, up near Flat Rock somewhere. They have a big arena and it's all covered. It's a huge pole barn. It's an arena where they do stock sales and shows and things. And they're building the tiny houses in there. They're wanting to have people come in and live in one of the tiny houses underneath there or bring their, they've been donated travel trailers, little travel trailers. People have donated. They've been out in my shed for 2 years. I've never used it. I'll donate it and get the write-off and blah, blah, blah. And they have 6 or 7 at the one church. They want to bring them there underneath that metal roof. They've got bathrooms there. They've got electrical hookup there. They can do communal cooking. The county said, no, you can't do it. The zoning is wrong. Well, I say that famous Italian word that sounds like lasagna and starts with a P. It's a time like this is an emergency. All rules don't apply in an emergency. See, Lacey? God works miracles, and he works them through everyday, common, ordinary people like you and like me. And that's why I make Somebunnies. And that's why I give them to people, so that they know that God and somebody loves them. And on every Somebunny that I send out gets a tag from Mary Ann, the crotchety clogger, who made these up for me. And I put this tag around their neck, and I put them in a Ziploc, and I package them up in a box, 12 at a time. And I planned on sending 4 boxes. And now I need to send 8 boxes or 9 boxes or 10 boxes. And I've asked you guys to please, if you're making them, make them and send them to me by the 10th of the month. I don't care when they come. You keep sending them. If you're working on them New Year's Eve and you get them done, you send them. When I get a box of 12, I'll send them. And when they get the box of 12, they can distribute them. Tell them Santa had a hard time finding their house this year because they went down at the bottom of the mountain, found their house, but they weren't there. So we had to go back up the mountain to find them. I don't care what they tell them, as long as those kids know. And I also told Mr. Allred, if we get every child a Somebunny and you got Somebunnies left over, you pick out the families that need to know most that somebody loves them and give that family a Somebunny. So they can read the card and it says Gloria from Florida. That they can read the card that says Pebbles from Massachusetts. That they can read the card that says Cherry from Michigan. It doesn't matter. They need to know what a Somebunny is. Hooks and horseshoes, Christy. Oh my goodness. Christy, we'll do this again because I love it. This is a Somebunny. It's a crocheted rabbit. And Panda made this one for me. And if you see, it says Miss C's Cottage on it, on the necklace. I love it. His little fluffy butt. This is a Somebunny. This is a Somebunny. This up here is a Somebunny. This is a Somebunny. They're crocheted rabbits filled with God's love and given to people who need to know that somebody loves them. And I started making them and couldn't keep up with the demand. I don't sell them. I can't sell my children. I did allow some to be adopted out, but it got to be more than I could handle. So I thought, what the heck? I'll just teach people how to make them, and then I'll, throw my pebble in the pond, teach people how to make them. And they can take that pebble and throw it in their own pond, and we'll get the whole world covered with Somebunnies. God gives us miracles all the time, Lacey. They just look like coincidences, or isn't that funny? Imagine that. No, God. Um, is there a pattern? Yes, there is, Christy. If you will Gmail me at Miss C's Cottage, like it is on the screen, with all together without the apostrophe, Miss C's Cottage at gmail.com, I will attach the pattern and send it back to you. And if you need yarn to make up a bunny or two, let me know and I'll put that in a package and send it off too. Give me your address. There is a pattern which I will send you if you Gmail me, and there is a video. If you start on, if you go to my channel and you go to Somebody Sunday night, number 18, I think it is. It's a beginning of the tutorial for the Somebunny. And if you have any questions, Gmail me and I don't know, we can, I learned how to do what do I call those things? I am not tech savvy. What do you call those things where everybody gets together and you can talk? Right now, Christy, I'm making them for the kids in Appalachia whose homes got washed down the mountain. I want to be sure they get something for Christmas, and I want them to know that somebody loves them. Somebody out here in the United States loves them, and they're all going to be tagged with a tag that says, "Somebody loves you." I think I've shown this. Somebody, this is a Somebody made just for you, so that you know that somebody loves you. And they'll all get a tag, and on the back it will say Cherry from Michigan, or whoever sends it in from what state they're from, so that those people will know that they're not forgotten. A group chat, Zoom, that's what it is, Zoom. Yes, and we can do a Zoom group chat. Yes, and I do lives on Sundays from 12 until 2 o'clock, and we're going to do Somebunnies, because I've gotten so many new people in who say, "What's a Somebunny?" And my heart just swells up. What? You don't know what a Somebody is? Well, let me tell you. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Christy. Well, I just couldn't bear the thought of those kids going without a gift on Christmas. I remember a Christmas when I didn't get anything from Santa Claus. But thankfully, the fire department came around in the fire truck, and they gave each one of us a toy. And mine was a mirror, a little plastic mirror, pink, and a hairbrush and a comb in a set. And that's that's what I got. No, Kim, I've told Dana about 3 times that I don't have time to do them, with getting the hats to KK, making the blankets for Boggy Creek, and now trying to work up 100 bunnies. I didn't have time to do that. So I have received 3 packages of squares. I don't know what to do with them. One of the ladies said, if you got mine, go ahead and keep them. But I'm thinking, since I'm not going to make a blanket, I don't have time to make a blanket out of them, that I think I'm going to send them to Miguel, because he's making squares and collecting squares to make into a blanket for Boggy Creek. I may do that. Or if I get enough, maybe next year I'll make a blanket. I don't know. But I've told Dana several times that I can't, I don't have time to make up 40 squares. I just don't. And I'm sorry, but in my world, things take precedent. And these bunnies take precedent because that's where my heart is. My heart's filled with Somebunnies to give to people so they know somebody loves them. Daigo, hello, Sister Diana. Kimberly with Knit for Brains. Don't know that one. Thank you, Margie. Yeah, you got to love those fire department people. My dad volunteered at the fire department several years. There was about 50 families lived on the point. I grew up in Lake Erie. Well, I didn't grow up in Lake Erie, but the point was in Lake Erie. So I grew up on the point, and my dad was a volunteer fireman. And at one point, they gave each one of the volunteers a bell that would hook into something and you'd get an alert when there was a fire call. Oh, I hated that. You never knew when it was going to go off. And even if it didn't go off, you're still waiting there listening for it to go off. I think they only did that for 1 year. Ooh, Panda. I have told you several times, Antonino, I love the north end of a fireman walking south. Okay, that's all I'm going to say about that. I wouldn't know what to do with them, Panda, if I did catch them. It's like, no, well, I don't even remember. It's okay. All right, guys, I'm going to go because I've been on here 2 hours and I'm going to be here 2 hours tomorrow. So I love you very much. I try so hard to be good. And God does love me no matter what. I told you I am what I am, and that's all what I am. And I don't curse, I don't swear, I don't tell lies. Well, I'm telling you a lie. I do lie sometimes. But and if I say I am without lies, the truth is not in me and I'm a liar. So there you go. But I do try to be good, but every once in a while, that fellow turns around and walks away and it's like, whoa. It's hard to behave some days. Anyway, I love you all, and I just couldn't wait until Sunday to come back and see you. Leah, I hope you come back on Sunday. It was so nice to see you today. God holds you in the palm of his hand until we meet again on Sunday. May he keep you safe. May he keep you safe on the roads. May he keep you safe walking up and down stairs. May he keep you safe going out into your backyard. May he keep you safe in the palm of his hand until I see you again on Sunday, 12 o'clock noon. And don't forget to go to Kim Fortune's tonight at 6 o'clock. She's doing her 1 year anniversary, and she's got all kinds of fun things going on and giveaways and creativity and hoopla. So don't forget to be there. I love you all. Goodbye. Come see your nephew. I am, honey.